Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, the Viking 400S seaplane is introduced in Singapore. 2015 sales for Robinson helicopter are good. Enstrom TH-180 helicopter suffers damage on a test flight. I'm Bree Cross. It's February 16th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Here's a report from the Singapore Air Show 2016, which is currently ongoing. Viking Air Limited of Victoria, British Columbia, has introduced the world's first dedicated seaplane in the 15 to 19 passenger category. The Viking 400S seaplane is specifically designed as an economical seaplane for commercial operation on short to medium flight segments and will be offered at a list price under $6 million. Adapted for quick turnaround between cycles, the 400S can achieve a break-even load factor of around 8 passengers under typical operating conditions. The Viking 400S has an avionics dedicated battery, allows cockpit screens to remain live during short loading intervals, while the modified double swing-out aft passenger doors and internal access to the rear baggage compartment increase loading efficiency. The Viking 400S seaplane is equipped with a Honeywell Superlight integrated digital avionics suite, adapted for VFR operations, and a 17-passenger seating configuration. The floats are of composite construction, and the Pratt & Whitney PT6A 27 engines incorporates platinum-coated CT blades. Special corrosion protection is provided throughout the aircraft. Viking expects customer deliveries for the 400S to commence in the first quarter of 2017. In a recent aviation business analysis, it was reported that worldwide aircraft sales are weak, with the exception of the lighter-weight helicopters. The Robinson Helicopter Company seems to be riding that wave, as they reported their R44 Raven II ranked as the world's top-selling helicopter, while its R66 became the world's top-selling civil turbine helicopter. This is according to the General Aviation Manufacturers Association General Aviation Aircraft Shipment 2015 year-end report. In 2015, Robinson introduced a variety of optional glass avionics, along with a stability augmentation system and autopilot. The company also announced the development of its latest model, the R44 Cadet, a two-place R44 designed specifically for training and utilitarian applications. Robinson's top priority in 2016 is certifying the R44 Cadet, which will be on display at the upcoming HAI Heli-Expo convention in Louisville, Kentucky, running March 1st through the 3rd. And speaking of the HAI Heli-Expo, the ANN crew will be there to cover the events and bring them to you with the latest information and videos about what's going on in the world of vertical lift flight. After the break, Enstrom TH180 test flight results in damage.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. An experimental Enstrom TH-180 helicopter went down last week in Michigan, where the company is located. Fortunately, the pilot of the aircraft was able to walk away from the incident. Enstrom described the incident as a hard landing, according to television station WBAY. The aircraft went down in a residential area. No one on the ground was injured, according to state police. A witness told the station that he saw the pilot walk away from the helicopter to an ambulance. First responders said his injuries did not appear to be life-threatening. Police said that the aircraft impacted treetops and a power pole before hitting the ground. The company worked through the weekend to remove the damaged aircraft from the neighborhood. The Enstrom TH-180 helicopter is a new model under development for the helicopter training market. No details are available on the probable cause of the accident. Every Tuesday, we look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here is this week's Aero-Calendar. If you have ever wondered how all those GA pilots flying GA airplanes in fantastic formations at AirVenture can get it done safely, here's the answer. February 20th and 21st is featuring a Cherokee to Oshkosh mini clinic in Alexandria, Louisiana. It's a free clinic and all pilots and aircraft are welcome to attend. This is a primary clinic and future advanced clinics will prepare the pilots for the actual Oshkosh formations. Everybody knows pilots love flying and food, and when you put them together, it's bound to be a hit. On February 20th, everyone is invited for the grand opening of the new aviation bar and grill at the Pueblo, Colorado Airport Terminal. Fly in and get a discount on fuel from the Rocky Mountain FBO and a free pass into the Pueblo Weisbrod Aircraft Museum. On February 18th through the 20th, the Soaring Society of America is holding their 2016 SSA Convention at the TD Convention Center in Greenville, South Carolina. The SSA Convention is a biannual event that brings together the soaring community across the United States for 3 days of meetings and soaring-related exhibits. The convention hosts on average around 70 exhibitors and expects over 3,000 aviation enthusiasts. On February 22nd, the National Business Aircraft Association is holding a leadership conference in San Antonio, Texas. The conference is designed to build the skills essential to releasing untapped potential within your organization and learn how to engage your staff to increase efficiency. It also provides the opportunity to network with other business aviation leaders and executives. After these messages, Homebuilt aircraft safety improved.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. EAA says that their efforts in enhancing Homebuilt aircraft safety and the positive results from the past year were recognized by top FAA officials. This recognition occurred at the annual Winter Recreational Aviation Summit held at EAA headquarters last week. Australian regional airline QantasLink has selected the Freeflight 1203C Global Navigation Satellite System Augmentation Sensor for retrofit into its DHC-8 series of aircraft. They say it's a practical ADS-B solution for aircraft that has been in service for a while. Lockheed Martin will offer T-50A in the U.S. Air Force's Advanced Pilot Training Competition. The T-50A was developed jointly by Lockheed Martin and Korea Aerospace Industries to replace the T-38 and train pilots to fly fifth-generation aircraft. Southwest Airlines will share $620 million through its profit-sharing plan with its employees for 2015. This equals approximately 15.8% of each eligible employee's eligible compensation. That's about 8 weeks of pay. Southwest was the first in the industry to offer a profit-sharing plan. The recently certified Bombardier CS-100 aircraft in the livery of the first operator, Swiss, has begun a demonstration tour with the first stop in the Kingdom of Bahrain. It is expected to make stops in a number of Asia-Pacific countries, as well as Africa and Europe. Well, that's the trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. A fuel emergency nearly caused an F-16 pilot to eject from his aircraft over territory held by ISIS last week, but the tanker crew assisted the plane, allowing it to land safely. The pilot of the F-16 attempted to aerial refuel, but was unable to top off its tanks due to a mechanical problem. Faced with the possibility of losing the airplane and its pilot to the enemy, the crew of the KC-135 aerial tanker stayed with the fighter to assure it made it back to base. It's reported that because the F-16 could only take on 15 minutes of fuel at a time, the KC-135 crew passed fuel to the aircraft every 15 minutes to keep it airborne. Lieutenant Colonel Eric Hallberg, the 384th Air Refueling Squadron commander, said, quote, "Knowing the risk to their own safety, they put the life of the F-16 pilot first and made what could have been an international tragedy a feel-good news story. I'm sure they think it was not a big deal. However, that's because they never want the glory or fame." Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.